Okay, you know why you clicked on this video, and you want to see what I have to say about the water temple and why I actually like it. Everyone's had their stories of being stuck in the water temple for hours, trying to find that one small key, especially that one hiding under the platform. But this dungeon is actually pretty good, not the best, but good. Now let me explain why. Let's start out with the obvious. Like every other Ocarina dungeon, this dungeon's atmosphere and music is different, sets it apart, and is really good. The blue walls of the outer rooms, the main room with its sandy floor, giant tower, and small pond when the water level's at the bottom, and even some of the small caves look cool. And you can't forget the Dark Link room. This dungeon looks and sounds good. That isn't why people hate the dungeon. The reason why people hate the dungeon is that it's confusing, maze-like, the keys are annoying, and you have to go through your menu every time you want to change your boats! A lot of it sucks. But I can defend two of those points, and for the pausing thing, the 3DS remake exists. Also, fun little editing fact, you know where I yelled? I kinda just put it in another audio track and lowered the volume so your ears wouldn't die. And if you're wondering, yes, it was faked. Loser. Okay, point number one. The keys are annoying, but are they really? If you are paying attention and use your brain a bit and actually make use of the water rise thing, you can get most of the keys. The only really annoying one is the one under the platform. You'd have to know it beforehand, but the 3DS remake fixes that. The one in the wall is a good key because you have to use your brain. You know, the one with like the broken wall and you have to lower the water level? That one. You have to use your brain, which I think makes it a good challenge, which is a good thing about it. Except for the annoying one under the platform. Okay, point number two. It's confusing and maze-like, which can be annoying for some, but I don't think it's bad. I actually think it's really good. I played through it and it wasn't super confusing, but it was confusing enough where I had to think. In most of the other dungeons, the path forward is pretty easy to find except the Forest Temple, which is the best dungeon in the game. And one of the best dungeons ever. I'll make a video on that, like, just later, I guess. I like the confusing bits because it's challenging. You have to use your brain in order to succeed. You have to think. I can't shoot arrows underwater, so I have to lower the water level and then raise it once in order to get to the second floor, shoot the eye, and then use your long shot in order to get to the block room thing. Now, let's get on to the long shot. The best part of playing Zelda is getting a cool item and then going back to all of the previous areas explored before in order to get to new areas. The long shot does this as well, and there's only a few places where you have to use it, which is good, I think. Anyways, you have to remember that you can get to the boss room now. You have to figure out that you can get to the block room, which helps make it a good dungeon. But now we have to get to the bad parts, which are really annoying. Pausing! I hate pausing so goddamn much! You have to spend an eternity to just float up, spend another eternity to go back down, and whenever you forget an item, you spend 15 more eternities just to switch an item. It sucks. But it's fixed in the 3DS remake, which is the good thing. But I don't own the 3DS remake, so I don't have too much experience with it. The Water Temple has a lot of problems, but all of them are fixed in the 3DS remake. So, because of this, the Water Temple is one of the best dungeons in the 3DS remake, and a pretty good one in the N64 original. However, there's one thing I've neglected to mention, because it's kind of annoying. Okay, enemy encounters. A lot of it's annoying. The clam thing is really annoying because half the time I should hit it, but I just don't. Fighting with the hook shot or long shot isn't that fun. It's not great. It takes forever. The blue Tektite can annoy you sometimes, but it's fine since it's just above water and you can just use arrows, I guess. However, what's really annoying is the Dark Link fight. It's really challenging. It's insanely hard. It might be because I'm playing with the keyboard because I have to record for this. Or I'm just bad because I probably am. If you don't use the Megaton Hammer, which I didn't have because I skipped it, if you don't cheese it, it's too hard. You'll have to use a lot of fairies or spam Din's Fire, which sometimes decides not to work. Same goes with Deku Nuts. They just don't decide to work. It's kind of annoying. And Morpha is on the opposite side of the spectrum. Morpha's just too easy. They should have switched the two fights around. That would have made sense. However, the issue isn't really present within the dungeon itself, so it doesn't hurt it that much. If you disagree with me, that's okay. I will still think the dungeon is good. You can still think it's bad. I don't care. It's easy, like an 8 out of 10 on the dungeon ranking score. And yes, I am making that a thing. Anyways, like my videos if you like them. If you don't like them, tell me how they're bad so I can improve them. Comment if you want to comment, and share if you want to share. Goodbye!